course, this means a lot to you too, this next piece.
Yes, so I have always, I think every host who's here, if we have a piece or two that we wear all the time in jewelry, we tend to get questions about it. I wanted to help make it happen for you. So we did an inspired now collection. The bangle's pretty much gone.
Yes.
On some personal jewelry of mine. So this is inspired by very couture French house jewelry designer, but it's our version and it's really beautiful. And you know, I say even better because there's diamonds involved. It is Affinity diamonds, of course. It's called a cigar band ring, but you'll see it maybe smaller than what's in your mind when you think of that, because I think of this as a really nice scale for every day. You have these stations that you might recognize, but it's a little bit different, inspired by, and then we've placed in one of those stations an Affinity diamond. It's 10 points of diamonds. This, in your choice of precious metal, is only $139.20 today because of our big event. You're saving $35. That goes up at the end of the day. We have sizes 4 through 11. Amy, Michelle, and I were all there at a Fashions Night In when this debuted, and it was like, oh, that one's gone, and that one's gone, and that one's gone. So here's how you choose. Do you want it in? And I will start with this one because the original that I have is in gold. So this is yellow because it's going to be 14 karat yellow gold over sterling silver. I love how the diamonds really shine differently in each metal color.
I like that too.
If you love that icy white look, you will like the silver because you will get that white diamond with the beautiful pop of that silver. And then we have rose, which is going to be rose gold over sterling silver. And look at how romantic. I think that's really romantic looking with the white diamond popping out from that setting. $28, less than $28 a month. I think this is a great gift. I also think is a little to me from me moment for around $100.
Without a doubt, Amy, don't you think?
On a day like today, when things are oftentimes 4 digits, this is a good place to go. I love it on you, Aim.
Oh, thank you. Here's
good.
what I love, the one diamond.
Yes.
I think there's something to be said about the, subtle touch of the diamond. If you want bling after bling after bling, coming up in just a few minutes, our today's special value. But if you want just that little subtle touch of the diamond, you want this ring.
Yeah. I also like it because in mine, I'm able to kind of get away with wearing it on a few fingers just with how my size hands work. You can't pick a wrong finger, like if you know about your size or their size, because it looks good in this scale, Michelle, on every single finger, I think.
I agree. You know, if you do look at maybe the website for that famous French house, you're going to find that they do versions with diamonds as well.
Yeah.
But what we did to kind of make it our own here at QVC and to put our stamp on it is instead of having the circle around the nail head screw like they do, we did a hexagon, which is one of the shapes that's really emerging as important in the spring.
Yeah.
It stands for the honeybee and all of the associations with that. And I just think the two together look so good.
We are busy. We've had over 300 orders placed. Let me remind you of your choices, because in this case, when you were talking about stacking the inspiration, you were talking about stacking up some major dollar bills and thousands of dollars. And I certainly don't have that. In this case, you could. I mean, maybe you got the one that you like. What I think is so neat about this is if you wanted to stack them or maybe get a couple, then if you like to mix metals, this can be the piece that kind of helps you do that and wear it on those days if you want to do it that way. Or you might say, you know what, I think I'm going to get my daughter one because I love mine so much and I wear it all the time. Do you want that in the rose gold over? We have it in the silver. And we have it in the yellow gold over. We've had 500 orders placed, and we are busy. 1,300 orders placed for the day. I love looking at it like this too, because
thick.
Yeah, just like what the inspiration is. You know, it's equal parts the story of the design itself. In this case, the diamonds, because we're getting those too, and also just that really comfortable, smooth ring that you just never have to take off if you don't want to.
I know that was important to you when we were collabing on this, that you wanted it to be sleek, but you still wanted it to have a lot of substance about it, like the original inspiration. You know, the designer that did this back in 1969, there's a love story attached to it. He was actually brokenhearted. He had to go through a breakup, and he was working for a Fifth Avenue designer at the time, and he thought he had really hit on something. They had asked him to come up with something fresh and new. He took it to his boss, and they said, no, it'll never work. Nobody's going to be interested. So he packed up his little tools and he went down the street to that French house that you're talking about. And the rest is history. They said, Absolutely, let's do it. It started with a bangle, went on to a ring. So this love, this way, he designed this for the love that he had lost, you know, and you used to have to use a little screwdriver to get it on and off and all of that. With the ring, it's just so simple, so easy, so effortless.
Donna, I think you need this in the rose. So pretty on you.
Aw.
Girl.
It really
It's
looks
gorgeous.
good.
I just love it. I love how it's kind of understated.
Yes.
But it just feels really elegant too. You know, it's this really cool combination. It's strong, but it's feminine, and I don't know.
It's a
why I've
winner,
been wearing
Courtney.
it for all these years.
I mean, I've admired it on your hand. I know a lot of our customers have, your friends and family has. I mean, if I had a ring like this and people had admired it, let's say my sister said, oh, Michelle, I just love that ring, but I could never do it. Isn't it awesome that you could give somebody that's been admiring your jewelry a replica like this, an inspired piece from QVC?
I have a cigar band ring that I wear, and I have a little tiny diamond band that I push next to it just to make it look a little different once in a while.
Yeah.
So if you have anything like that, or even, you know, diamondique if you want, if it's just a lovely look. And then layer, right? Like if you have other rings that mean the world to you, you can always go ahead and stack.
You could stack it with your wedding ring if you wanted. I do the same thing with mine, Amy. I will put other rings that mean something to me and stack it, because it's just kind of perfect to do that. It's going to be hard. This is my wedding band, because they're two different sizes, but I'm just going to show you to
still, look at that.
Amy's point.
See, I love that.
That you can kind of customize. Imagine if these were both my size. You can kind of, for my ring finger, you could kind of customize and make it your own. And I also think for travel, that representation on that meaningful finger on your hand means a lot. But I do have an update. Ooh, I like that.
Sorry, we'll give an update.
If you want the silver, we just lost size 11. We have 500 left total. In the rose, final 150. Size 4 and 11 are now gone. And then in the yellow, 600 remain total. Size 4 and 11 are now gone. And this is obviously one you can't get sized.
Right.
You need to just go ahead and get your size. But thankfully, let's say you were one of those and you can do a size up on a different finger. Like, that's the beauty about this, is kind of how you can move it around, and it always tends to look good. But show us,
Well, I'm having fun playing.
Hey.
Okay, so wait, I did two different things. Switch hands. Okay, so first I put the Today's Special Value in the 1 carat next to it, and I thought, you know, again, just layer your bands if you want to. But then I took the Today's Special Value off and I put my own wedding band on, and I did something like this, because why couldn't you use this as a wedding band?
You sure could.
If you wanted to.
Yeah.
If it's a love story, right?
Yes.
Someone's unlocked your heart, they'll have it forever. I mean, I'm just always going on and on about those kinds of stories. Apparently, she's unlocked my heart.
I'd like to. Sorry, Steve and Joey.
Yeah.
We like each other a lot.
You're mine now.
We've got great taste. We like shopping. We like
You
great
do make a really cute
restaurants.
couple.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, the fact that it isn't able to be sized is actually a good thing, because we're able to do it in plating. The design goes all the way around the ring.
Yeah.
So why pay for gold that you never see, right? Sterling silver brought the price way down, but it is lavishly gilded in gold.
Oh my gosh, it is
I
beautiful.
just found out she doesn't really like me.
I do.
We had to share a microphone, and that's why she got close to me. So now I'm going to go.
I thought you knew, which I just love that you had no idea. You're just like, why is Courtney creepily edging up close to me?
I wasn't gonna, comment.
You know, you have to share a mic sometimes. This
Exactly.
is live television. This is what we do. Share rings, we share mics, we share all the things. But no, this is a good example. I think, too, Michelle, for this time of the year, with the story behind it, with the price point, and the fact that it's forever. I mean, so giftable. It's going to come in time. This sale price won't be there tomorrow. But one of the other things I love about the inspiration behind this piece is that I see it on all ages, Michelle. I see it on all styles and all fashion. Like, it doesn't matter.
And all fingers.
And all
Thumb
fingers.
ring,
Yeah.
index finger ring, however you want to portray your own personal sense of style. Well, we all admire your style, Courtney. There's
Thank
no
you.
doubt about it.
That's really sweet. Thank you.
I see this ring on very established, very successful women, and I think, oh my gosh, she's got great taste.
Yeah.
You go walking down Fifth Avenue in New York City and you look in the window and you're like, oh my gosh, I know that design, I know that style. And true, really classic, wonderful design stands the test of time. That's why something designed in 1969 translates and is getting so many of you excited right now at this very moment.
And you know what I think is so kind of neat about this, too, is that when you look across jewelry houses, iconic jewelry houses, many of them will have kind of pieces that remind you of pieces from the other houses. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that happens a lot because they become timeless and
Not this.
it's like their spin on it. But I kind of also view this as our version of that. Like this
sure.
is, you know, this is an Affinity. This will become an Affinity classic. And I know it says 10 points, but Michelle, I look at that diamond in there and I think it looks so much bigger. Don't you think?
I think it has to do with the way it's set too, don't you? I mean, it's recessed into the piece, so it's, your ring is not going to snag on your clothing. It's not going to get caught in your doggy's hair. I know you and I are both dog lovers. If you're wearing mohair sweaters or beautiful crochet or even chiffon, you don't have to worry about rooting your clothing either, which is fantastic.
We've had
practical.
1,000 orders placed. We've had 1,900 orders placed today. If you want this silver, we have the final 350. If you want the yellow, we have the final 500. And then in the rose, we only have 150. You are not going to save $35 tomorrow. Your size may be gone if you wait that long. It's a under $28 easy pay. I think this is also a really good spot to try Affinity.
Oh,
Don't
absolutely.
you think?
Yeah, we're all about new customers, right? And loving the customers.
Yes.
And we want to treat you better. We want you to come home to Affinity. Maybe for one reason or another, you haven't been able to shop with us for a while.
Yeah.
Try us now. We do some wonderful things with these two beautiful women as far as collaborations go. And I think our Affinity team